Mr. Umamaheshwaren, what's your role in ISRO at the moment? You have a very interesting history, but you're currently the secretary to the chairman?
Sort of. My post is scientific secretary
Right.
to ISRO at ISRO. In that way, I am assisting chairman.
And before that, if I go back, when did you first join ISRO?
I joined in 1987
And that was at the Vikram Sarabhai Space Center?
at the Vikram Sarabhai Space Center.
And so, very quick hop through your early career. What did you do when you arrived in 1987?
Basically, I am an electronics and communication engineer. All my studies is throughout. I did my studies in Kerala, the southernmost state of India. It's a small state.
Beautiful one as well.
It's called God's own country.
Yes.
So I studied all through in Kerala, all in government schools. I studied in Malayalam medium till 8th standard or 8th grade as we call it.
Yes.
then I switched to English medium. A lot of struggles because the change over from a medium to another language, English, was a lot of hardships were there.
So how old were you that time?
12 years, 13 years.
Yeah, that's very difficult to do such a switch.
So I swam through.
You speak beautiful English now, but you also speak, I know, about 4 or 5 other languages as well.
Yeah.
So,
Then after that, I completed my electronics and communication engineering from the Kerala University Engineering College, Government Engineering College. After which I had a very brief stint in British Physical Laboratories, BPL. That also in Kerala. For some 1 year I worked there. Then I joined ISRO.
Right. And your first role in ISRO was in electronics?
Basically, I joined as in the electrical integration of a launch vehicle. So, basic job is to integrate the electrical systems of the sub-assemblies of a launch vehicle, test them, then vertically or mechanically integrate them, again test, and make them ready for launch. And so that is my core area.
And you were doing that in Kerala. They launched from Sriharikota. So
that's right.
They always go by road from.
Yeah. All the sub-assemblies are transported through containers to Sriharikota by road.
And it's quite a big country. That's quite a long journey.
It's a long journey. Normally, one container, because speed limit also will be there. Because a lot of it's specifically designed for such kind of shocks and accelerations. So maybe it will travel 24 kilometers per hour or 30 kilometers per hour. So generally it takes 2 days to reach Sriharikota from Tuan.
Now I know you're probably not old enough, but Thamba, which is now part of Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, is where the first rockets took off from India. You weren't old enough to see or meet Vikram Sarabhai, or did you see him?
No, actually the ISRO, the life of ISRO and life of mine are synchronous.
Right.
In the sense, I was also born in 1963. So actually, when ISRO celebrated the 50th year, some of us were also 50 years.
Right.
So we celebrated the Golden Jubilee together.
So you started off in integrating systems and subsystems for launch vehicles. After that, you moved to Bangalore at some stage?
No, not that. Immediately after, I was there as electrical integration engineer for quite a long time, maybe 15 years kind of thing. I grew up the ladder.
Right.
Then later I became a deputy project director in the GSLE project. I switched over from the system integration to project.
So this is the heavier launch vehicle
after PSLV, there's heavier launch vehicle. Then in GSLE project, subsequently, once the indigenized cryo stage was made operational, I was the mission director for 3 consecutive successful launches.
So you never saw or met Vikram Sarabhai?
No. Actually, I remember reading in the newspaper that he's no more.
Right.
That is still in my memory.
It's quite a profound moment for many people. 1971, or near the end of 1971. So, what was when you were the project director for GSLV.
Yeah, actually, it was the first GSLV successful mission with our own indigenous cryostage, was GSLV D5, which was at that time the mission director was Dr. Shivan, the present chairman of ISRO, and I was the associate mission director. Associate vehicle, actually, I was the vehicle director.
So what does a mission director do? Is it like an overall management of the project?
Overall management of the project and the overall responsibility of the project.
Right.
He is answerable to the entire thing. That is the responsibility of the mission director, and his word is final. Even if he feels that the launch should not progress, he can stop, and even chairman ISRO cannot.
Oh, okay. Right. And this is GSLV Mark II you're talking about. Did you go on to work on GSLV Mark III as well?
Actually, as a part of the electrical integration team earlier, I was the designer for the equipment bay of the GSLV Mark III earlier. But subsequently, as a project, I have not worked in Mark III. After mission director, I was, as I said, 3 consecutive successes of GSLV D2.
Yeah.
I mean GSLV Mark II. Then after that, I was transferred to avionics.
Right.
In Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, I was deputy director of avionics.
And you still call it avionics, even though it's for a space launch vehicle. I always associate avionics with aircraft.
Same thing.
Same thing, but it's different.
For launch vehicles also, it is avionics, which is basically aviation-related electronics.
So it's navigation and guidance systems.
All of them: navigation, guidance, control, instrumentation, pyros, power systems.
Oh, I see.
All are built in avionics.
And GSLV Mark I has already had a successful development flight. The second one is due soon, isn't it?
GSLV Mark III.
Sorry, GSLV Mark III.
Yeah. First flight was successful. The second flight is due next month.
Next month?
Yeah.
Right. And that's quite an important milestone.
That's a great milestone for us, because along with that, we are going to have our high throughput satellite.
Right. And these are the heavier, larger satellites.
And high throughput satellite, which takes us far into the Digital India program, as conceived by Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
And this is providing, when you say high throughput, this is the high throughput for digital communication.
Yes, digital communication. So that what we feel is, after this, 2 more satellites will be launched.
Right.
So putting 3 together, we'll get more than 100 Gbps kind of throughput.
And that's by the end of this year?
That will happen by, I would say, first quarter of next year.
Okay. Now, the main thing I wanted to speak to you about was
this GSLV D2, Mark III D2 flight is scheduled for next year.
Yeah. Oh, looking forward to that. There's so much interesting things going on, but I'll just ask you about the most recent announcement by the Prime Minister of India of launching humans to space from India by 2022. So first of all, it's only been announced for less than a month now. What's the state of play? I know you've done the suborbital test flight of the crew module back in about 10 years ago. You did the spacecraft recovery experiment, done a paddleboard test recently this year. What's left to do in terms of basic critical systems?
Actually, the announcement by Honorable Prime Minister was a real boost to us. And let me say that this Gaganyaan program is not purely ISRO specific alone. It is kind of a national program wherein ISRO, along with the academia as well as the industries, they have to come together in a big way to achieve this very, very, I would say, ambitious target. As far as the technology is concerned, fundamental technologies are concerned, we are through, I would say. We have the launch vehicle ready. Only finer tuning of the launch vehicle only is required with respect to man rating, which is not a problem for us. Definitely some more tests have to be done along with this time frame, which we are planning. Then with respect to the crew module also, basic engineering is already ready. Maybe we have to augment it for some levels, which is also within our hands. Doesn't matter. So that way, basic technology-wise, engineering, I would say engineering-wise, we don't have any concern or any issues. We are ready. At the same time, there are other aspects like the science of what are the science projects that we need to do in a human space program. Then definitely we are in the process of developing certain things like cabin management or environmental control and life support system. Then also astronaut training.
Yeah,
We have a basic capabilities with astronaut training in our Institute of Aerospace Medicine, located in Bangalore. So they are familiar. They have the systems. They trained Rakesh Sharma also earlier. So that basic infrastructure and basic requirements are available. But for a mission of this kind of importance, definitely we feel that considering the 4 years time frame, maybe we may need to enter into some foreign discussions or collaborations also may be called for. So we are in that process.
So just in terms of the mission, the intention is to fly what, 2-man, 3-man, 2 or 3 person vehicle to low Earth orbit for about a week? Is that the intention?
Yeah, the design is the crew is capable of carrying 3 astronauts into a low Earth orbit of 400 kilometers near about for 7 days.
Right.
That is a capability built in.
Right. But at this point you haven't decided if it's going to be 1, 2 or 3 persons?
We are still discussing.
Yeah. And when prior to actual humans going up in the spacecraft, you'll be doing some tests before that?
Yeah.
On crude, and will you be doing any tests with animals?
The first part, actually, as you said, the sub-assembly level, engine level tests are already planned, scheduled for each stage. And we will have 2 unmanned missions prior to the manned mission. And we are not planning sending any animals, etc. Because already technology is very much advanced now. We can have the appropriate instrumentation and sensors to understand and know the scenario. And that will be more than adequate.
You don't need dogs or chimpanzees as well. And the crew selection process, I'm guessing that's underway now?
Discussions are on, and as you rightly said, we have to start immediately. We need to start.
And I guess the initial crew selection will come from the Indian Air Force test pilots?
Obviously, test pilots are one of the most optimal choices, definitely. But we leave the option to people who are ready to fly also. Because when you are talking about sending 2 to 3 people, it is one commander or kind of person will be required, but other 2 persons can be academicians or pilots also, payload specialists. So it doesn't matter. It
doesn't have to be test pilots.
But obviously they have certain advantages, physiologically, physically, training-wise. So obviously they are one of the first choices. Obviously.
And what's the prospect, what's the likelihood that you might have a female as part of the first crew?
Very high.
Yes? Oh, excellent. I'm really impressed with the selection that Israel's made for the director of the Human Space Program, Dr. Lilita Kundika.
That's also not only that, she has been selected based on her capabilities.
Oh, she's a very accomplished engineer.
Absolutely. But we are also proud that we have selected a lady.
Me too. So, coming back to the astronaut training, Rakesh Sharma did some training with the then Soviet Union. There was at least a part training with the true ISRO engineers who were going to fly with a shuttle back in the mid-80s. That mission didn't happen. But so currently you're looking at getting astronaut training initially from Russia, US, Europe.
We are in the discussion process.
We'll find that out.
And whichever is suiting us, we have to decide.
And the timeline that you have is when would the first uncrewed flight take place?
That is definitely 2022 or before.
2022?
Or before.
Or before. No, the actual unmanned flights, because you'll have to do 2.
Unmanned flights will start probably 2020. 2020, late 2020.
Okay. And I know the announcement that the Prime Minister made was just for low Earth orbit initial flights. Is there a longer vision of what happens with human space flight in Israel after that?
some deliberation, some brainstorming is going on. We need to more crystallize. Now our entire thought process and entire I would say efforts are to see these missions first. This is our top priority.
And I know you're always busy, but this is going to keep you busy for the next few years.
Yes.
Well, I could go and talk to you for many more hours, but I know you've had a very long day, very long week, and you've got a very early start tomorrow as well. I'm very grateful for your time this time, and until next time, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you so much for meeting you, and I really appreciate you, the enthusiasm and the, I would say, a kind of passion for this.
Thank you.
We really
Thank you. Appreciate it.
it. Thank you very much.
No.